This is actually a large part of my golfing history, this road. And this is not technically 17 Mile Drive, this is Sunset Drive. And you can see this golf course, which if you didn't really know much about golf, you wouldn't really be able to differentiate it from Cypress Point, Pebble Beach, Monterey Peninsula, all of the exclusive and perfect golf courses. But this is Pacific Grove Golf Links. It's a public course. It's $30 to $40. And a big moment for me, I'm just gonna pull over here and let this guy pass. A big moment for me in my golf life was early on. I was driving up here and I would never have been able to afford to pay these courses or anything like that. And I remember I drove by here and there's a tee box to a par 3. And I saw a guy tee off here and he had a push cart and he was wearing shorts and then he had a Batman hoodie. And I was just like, oh, this game is okay. Like, I can do this. But Pacific Grove Golf Links is kind of a bucket list course for me. I still haven't played it, and it's got 9 holes on the water here. And it just kind of stands for everything I believe in. Obviously, as well, we're about to hit some other things I believe in, but this for me is kind of a special spot. Oh, he's teeing off right now. He might get a hole-in-one right now. His friends are filming. Do you think they know what ace cam is? Also, what's really cool with this road is you get all these little spots to pull out and park and just look at stuff. I mean, how crazy is this? You could just sit right here. So I think during the US Open and the AT&T Pro-Am, this road is locked up. Like, you can't just sort of scoot down this road to get a view. On the other side of this road, that's all public property. So you can go for a walk and you can actually spectate for the US Open at Pebble Beach from the water right there. Okay, so the secret to doing 17 Mile Drive is you just tell them you don't have to pay, because they're gonna try to get you to pay $10.50, which I personally have like a large problem with. I don't understand, but we're gonna just see, maybe keep the cameras kind of low key. And I think what you say is, if you don't wanna pay, I'm staying at the hotel. They're not gonna check the reservations. Hi, how are you? No drones. I've seen that sign before.
Can you get your last name?
He's checking the last name. Lang, L-A-N-G. I was not, they didn't do that last time. Antics aside, this is a lot to read. I'm not a big tour guide map guy. I kind of like to find it on my own, but this really does spell it all out. There's a hospital here. I never would have guessed. This right here, we're coming up on the links at Spanish Bay. The Inn at Spanish Bay. If you're gonna go to Pebble, that's the place to stay. The rooms are a little bit less expensive, which might make you think that it's not as good of a place. It's actually better. The rooms are newer, and you're more likely to get a good view. 17 Mile Drive tour to the right as we come back down to the ocean again. I did read somewhere that Cypress Point itself, the Lone Cypress, is the furthest west point in Southern California. And my first thought was, we're in Southern California? Well, I guess we are. I guess California is a big state. So the links at Spanish Bay is another course that is out here that's got incredible views, and that's a hybrid design by Robert Trent Jones Jr., Sandy Tatum, and Tom Watson, a man of the links himself. I played it last year, and some of the holes in the back 9, I really considered quitting the game altogether, but that can happen anywhere. We all know. And this is MPCC. MPCC has 2 courses. One of them was designed by Mike Strantz, honestly my spirit animal, Tobacco Road architect, really brave golf course designer. And now it looks like we're descending into heaven. I mean, can you see this lighting right here? Unbelievable. Another interesting fact about MPCC, the Dunes course was started by Seth Rayner and finished by Alistair McKenzie. I mean, you can't really come to the Monterey Peninsula and not either fall in love with golf or learn something pretty profound about the game of golf. I mean, these are basically bonsai trees. I'm pretty sure that's a juniper tree, which is what a bonsai tree actually is. One of the cool things about Cyprus is the first hole is literally like a square. It's like the first hole at St. Andrews. I can't remember who said it this way, but they thought that the first hole of any golf course should be a gentle handshake, like basically a driving range. You know, in Scotland they don't have driving ranges. I don't think Cyprus has a driving range. So anyway, 14 at Cyprus comes along here. Any golfer will drive by this course and wonder if they'll ever get the chance to play it. It's kind of a fun hole because it's got this wide open fairway, and then there's like a 10-yard gap between the trees, and then the green is just behind that. And there's a feeling when you play Cypress and you walk over the road back onto what's going to be the last 4 holes. You walk across 17 Mile Drive to get to the 15th tee. And it's probably both the shortest and the longest walk in golf, and it's right here. This is the crosswalk. So we're nearing the entrance of Cypress Point, which a lot of people would consider to be the pearly gates. It's a super mellow sign. Cypress Point Club, members only. There's only 2 things they're telling you: the name and who's not allowed. Basically, you. Whoa. We're gonna turn around now. At Cypress, they do an interesting thing that they do at some high-end clubs. Cypress is part of SCAPS, San Francisco Golf Club, Cypress, Augusta, Pine Valley, and Seminole. And the SCAPS crew all take their private jets to each other's clubs, and they just play member guests like every week. When they talk about the 14 club rule, it's not the clubs in their bag, it's the clubs that they're members of. Last note about Cypress is they actually don't have dues. They just take the yearly operating costs and divide it by the number of members and just send them one bill at the end of the year, which is pretty great. The place to sneak on is closed. That's the Cypress Point Lookout. You pull up, on the right side there's a fence that's about 6.5 feet tall, and you just need to climb that fence with a driver, a couple balls, and a tee, and then you can tee off on 18. If you're as terrified as I was, you're gonna drop kick one and basically shank the other into a $30 million house. Honestly, very memorable experience. I actually have it filmed on iPhone. Maybe should we play it? I have the shot, literally. I was terrified. I feel really alive. Do it, man. Gotta do it. Jump. You got it? We gotta go. My swing was also really flat, so please don't overanalyze my swing. I was struggling with a slice for a long time. Still am. So right now we are at maybe the most iconic logo in all of golf and the westernmost point in Southern California, the Lone Cypress. Let's go take a look. Lone Cypress, a trademark of quality. Lone Cypress is the corporate logo and trademark of Pebble Beach Company. As such, the use of this tree's images is regulated by law. Oh my goodness. Photographs, meaning this, or art renderings of the Lone Cypress for commercial and promotional purposes cannot be taken or created without written permission from Pebble Beach Company. Photographs and art renderings for personal use only are welcome. So I guess what that means is I can get a Lone Cypress tat, but I can't sell a Lone Cypress necklace. I feel like I'm clear on that. Let's move on. Honestly, if you're watching this video and you have a Lone Cypress tat, hit me up and you're gonna get a goodie bag. Anybody who's got a Lone Cypress tat is totally okay in my book. So the Lone Cypress kind of feels like a little celebrity sighting, you know? They are doing their best to keep that thing alive. Can you see all the strings? There's like 19 wires holding it up. I have driven down this road so many times before even having clubs in the car, because you know my natural state is to be on a road trip, and when I got into golf I basically would just drive around and go look at golf courses. When my grandfather passed away, he had 18 grandkids and left each of them $5,000. And so this was right around the time that I had turned 30 and I had been into golf for less than a year. And I thought, geez, with my money from my grandfather, I'd like to take myself, my father, my brother, and my new friend, Dr. Joe Parent, author of Zen Golf, to play golf at Pebble Beach on my birthday. So February 3rd, 8 years ago, we all came out here and played Pebble. And it was so early in my golf career that I knew the round was coming up for months or something. And I remember obsessing over, my swing, and I was like hitting the range extra hard, prior to the trip. We're gonna call this the end of 17 Mile Drive as we get out just to go take a look at the 18th green over here. I mean, you just come out here and you wonder how it happened. How they put a golf course here. How you get a job that affords you to play here. Oh, it's so nice. And it smells so good. Poana greens, I love Poana. They are firm right now. Getting the grandstands ready for the big finish Sunday at the US Open. Honestly, I can't think of a better road to lead up to any golf experience, whatever course you're gonna play. Pacific Grove, MPCC, the Peter Hay par 3 course, Pebble Beach Golf Links. All of it is great world-class golf, and it's all right here. This is probably one of the coolest par 5s in all of golf right here. Just coming around, gotta hit a draw. Gotta hit a draw. Wow.